Hi, welcome to my channel. If you like some of the things that I show, please
Do you have
subscribe.
a name for your channel? Yet? Not
Uh,
yet.
how about vinyl and a few live clips? Anyway, today I'm going through part 2 of the Jimi 45s. You can see part 1 earlier if you like this and start. So basically, this is I've got 145 here, which is pre-EH, but the rest of the 45s are since EH has been in control. So the first one is All on the Watchtower. It's a French pressing, All on the Watchtower with B-side of Come On Part 1. And actually what's unique about this one and what makes it really cool is the Come On is actually an alternate take, not just an alternate mix, but an alternate take. So this is the only place that you can get this version of Come On Part 1 officially. I'm sure there's some bootlegs out there with it, but and it sounds really good. This is the first EH45 they came out with, which is Dally Dagger and I don't even know what the B-side is. Dally Dagger and Nightbird Flying. It's actually purple vinyl, which makes it pretty cool. I think this came with, yeah, I bought this in the aftermarket, but you can see that it's purple. And I think this came with the initial deck when EH first got hold of the rights to Jimi Hendrix music. They actually had a magazine, and I think this came with the
And
first.
of course, you have a magazine too,
I
right?
don't have the magazine. I bought this in the aftermarket, but I'm pretty sure that this originally came with the first issue of the magazine. So this is from 1998. This is actually around that time they came out with BBC Sessions, which is kind of, I want to say, pseudo stereo. All those tracks were recorded in mono, but EH kind of turned them into stereo. Some people like it. They did a pretty good job, but I'm actually more of a fan of the original monos. This is Can You Please Crawl Out Your Window and Burning in the Midnight Lamp. From those sessions, and it's actually on some pretty nice orange vinyl, which makes it fairly cool. This is an interesting one, but before I show this one, this is actually Isabella and Message to Love. Originally, in 1999, this box set from Classic Records came out of Jimi Live at Woodstock, and it was a very, kind of lush box set, I guess. And I think the actual 33 vinyl was an orange, yeah, or kind of a yellowish orange. I'm not going to go through all these, but which is pretty. What's that?
It's cracked or what?
I hope it's not cracked. No, it's not cracked. And this sounds pretty good. Classic Records always does a good job with the sound. But as a bonus with this thing came this 45, which is Isabella and Message to Love. The Isabella, this is the 45 version of Isabella, which I talked about in my prior video. And they call it Message to the Universe, but it's actually Message to Love. And the Message to Love on this particular version is the one from South Saturn Delta. But there was also an alternate that came in some of these, and which had a Message to Love, which was actually unreleased take, never on any other album. I don't know who got what or why. Maybe it was luck of the draw, but this one is actually the version from South Saturn Delta, so it's nice to have that Message to Love from South Saturn Delta. But once I found out there was an alternate, a complete alternate, that came actually on white vinyl, I went out and found this one separately. And so this is the alternate. Same artwork and everything. The only difference is you can see it's on kind of a nice white vinyl. And I'm actually not even sure if you know that you have the alternate version by white or black vinyl, but I have done comparisons, and this actually is the alternate version, which happens to be on the white vinyl, and it's pretty nice. So around 2010, EH stopped using MCA and started using Sony, and actually the number of 45s picked up quite a bit around that time. And this is the UK version of Bleeding Heart and Peace in Mississippi, which that Peace in Mississippi eventually came out somewhere, but at the time it was not, this version was not on any album. So that was pretty cool to have. The Bleeding Heart is, I think, from Valleys of Neptune. This is the U.S. pressing of Bleeding Heart with the B-side of Jam 292. So it's very cool to get the Jam 292 on a 45 version. Also in 2010, another one from Valleys of Neptune is Valleys of Neptune itself. And Cat Talking to Me is on here. Which I believe, I think there's some that they released without vocals and some that have vocals. I'm pretty sure this one has a vocals. And eventually it might have gotten released on West Coast Seattle Boy. But again, at the time, this was the only place to get Cat Talking to Me. It's 2010, I think is when this was released. Next, 2011, they came out with Fire. This is an alternate version of Fire, and Touch You was the name of the song. Actually, Touch You is an instrumental. It's basically a proto Easy Rider, and it's just the music, not there's no lyrics. But interesting enough is if you look out in the bootlegs, you can find proto Easy Rider was actually a song called Dance that Mitch sang, not Jimi. But this is kind of even before that. So there's no vocals on this. It's just the jam. Kind of cool.
The jam.
So next 45, this is from the re-release in the West. When EH took control of Jimi's catalog, they redid In the West and actually changed some of the songs on it. Around that time, they made this 45, which is Johnny Be Good, the standard Berkeley version, and Purple Haze, which is an alternate take, or from it's from Winterland. As around the time they came out with the Winterland box set as well. They actually came out with the new In the West and the Winterland box set at the same time. And this Purple Haze is not actually on the box set, it's this version, so it is unique. It's numbered number 955. Then around this time, they actually, EH kind of partnered with a company called Sundays. And these are just, they sound so good. All these Sundays ones. Really awesome. I really enjoy these. This is a mono version of Can You Please Crawl Out Your Window and Burning of the Midnight Lamp from the BBC sessions. So this is, I was kind of complaining about the stereo versions earlier. This is basically in their native format and sounds great. Another Sundays 45, Come On, Let the Good Times Roll, and Calling All Devil's Children. I'm not sure if the Calling All Devil's Children is unique to this or if it's the same one on West Coast Seattle Boy. One thing to note on this one is when I listened to this Come On, it sounded so good that I went back to Electric Ladyland and compared and couldn't understand why this one sounded so much better than the one on Electric Ladyland. And no matter how much I cleaned it, no matter how much I tried it, why did this sound so much better? And the reason it sounds so much better is because it's on 45 RPM. I can make the 2010 Electric Ladyland or some of the other ones, play them many times, and they just don't have the capabilities that a 45 does. So just another plug for how cool 45s are. I actually have 2 copies of this, interestingly enough. This is Fire, Foxy Lady from Miami Pop Festival. This one's 50.
Can you sing this song?
Which one? Which one? Foxy
Foxy
Lady?
Lady?
To you? I don't know that I'm gonna sing this. The second copy, my daughter bought this for me, and she didn't know I already had this, so I kept this one sealed. So I actually got 2 copies of these. The next one, after we get done looking at that one, is Somewhere with Power of Soul B-side. And Somewhere was from People, Hell, and Angels. And there's a Power of Soul on this I think is unique and not available anywhere else. So another example of a very cool 45. This is another Sundazed version. Again, it sounds really great. It's Purple Haze and 51st Anniversary in mono. They actually came out with a colored version too. I think it's blue or purple. I'm not sure which, but mine's a standard black version. Still sounds really good. And this is Purple Haze. This is from, came out around the time the Atlanta Pop Festival Freedom came out. It's Purple Haze and Freedom from Atlanta Pop. You know,
Freedom.
Very.
This is the one.
Yeah, this is Freedom. My wife likes Freedom. No,
you always sing this song all the time.
And this is Stone Free and Lover Man, another Sundazed version. And this is, you know, the Stone Free, I think Douglas called it Stone Free again, but basically he re-recorded Stone Free in '69, a lot different than the original version. And it's cool. And a Lover Man from, I don't know, maybe the Lover Man's from Valleys, or they released Lover Man so many times. I'm not actually sure where the Lover Man is from, but it's really good. Now this 45 has got what I have to say is the coolest artwork of all my 45s.
God, I love this one.
And there's actually a very large version of this picture at the Experience. They don't call it Experience Hendrix Museum anymore. They call it Museum of Popular Culture.
Like in Seattle?
Yeah, remember when we went to see that? Yeah. And it's very cool. And it's a very, you know, it's a big, large picture. It looks even better than you can see on here. And what this is Lover Man and Foxy Lady. The Lover Man is from Both Sides of the Sky. And the Foxy Lady is actually a live version from Holland that was never released officially before at all. So on 45. So this is one of my favorite 45s for the artwork, and it sounds really good too.
Yeah, it's my favorite too.
And around that same time, VH came out with this. This is actually not a 45. It's actually a 33. And I actually, to be honest, I felt a little miffed when I got it because I thought it was a 45, but it's 33 in the 45 format. But it's good. It's a Manish Boy from both. I think it's from Both Sides of the Sky, and Trash Man, which is from. It's the EH version of Trash Man. I actually don't remember where that's from. But, you know, it's decent artwork, and it sounds pretty good for a 33. And I think this came out in 2018. This is basically Jimi as a sideman with Jane Mansfield. My wife thinks she looks like Madonna. But, and someone else who's also a sideman with I forget who the other, Suey and Ricky Mason. I need you every day.
Sounds interesting.
I'm not really usually into Jimi as a sideman, but you know, it was new and something cool, and I went ahead and picked it up. And this is the most recent. This came out summer 2020. It's actually orange vinyl, and it's Message to Love and Changes. Same as from the Band of Gypsies, but in 45 RPM. It's kind of like an orange swirl with some red in it. Looks kind of cool. Nice to have it on 45. Honestly, I think it sounds better than the French version I showed in part 1, which is also Changes and Message to Love. But again, this is newer and probably in better shape. And lastly, these are some non-Jimi 45s. I just have 3. So I thought I'd show them because they're pretty cool. This is Slightly Stupid. There's a newer band. I don't know, a lot of people that listen to Jimi might not even know who they are.
I love this band.
Yeah, they're reggae, and really, this is Stay the Same and Prayer for You, featuring Don Carlos. Different than what's on the main album, and what I really like about this one is the color of the vinyl. You can see that is like shades of blue, kind of looks like the ocean, which, you know, Slightly Stupid is kind of surf music, and kind of pretty cool, pretty fun. Then this is actually kind of unrelated, Beatles 45. I don't even know where I got it. I found it somewhere. It's actually Revolution and Hey Jude. It's pretty worn out. And lastly is Santana, The Sensitive Kind, B-side American Gypsy. And this, I actually think I ordered a bunch of Jimi cassettes, and they were so cheap I couldn't get to the guy's minimum. So I had him throw this in along with the cassettes. And it turned out, you know, actually I really like it. So, you know, I'm a big Santana fan. I don't have that much of his stuff. I don't have the album Z-Bop. But this sounds really good. A really nice 45 in great shape. I think it came out in 1981. And you can see the vinyl's in really good shape, and the paper's still quality. Anyway, that's the end of my video. I hope you enjoyed it. I have some others maybe coming up in some obsolete formats, maybe a Jimi Laserdisc video and betas and some other oddball formats. If you like my channel, please subscribe, and I'll have some other cool things coming in the future.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.